to a Pisces season predictions reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So in this reading, we're going to take a look at your Pisces season, which has just begun. We're going to break down your career or study, whatever you might be doing, or even just your finances in general. We are going to look at your love and relationships throughout Pisces season, and we are going to finish off with some sort of general advice in terms of like affirmations, a spirit animal, that kind of thing. So firstly, if you are interested in winning a video reading for you and up to 4 friends, over on my Instagram page, I am running a competition, which is almost over. You have until the 22nd to enter, 22nd of Feb, just in case you see this way late. And yeah, you can basically win a video reading for you and up to 4 friends, like a group reading, and then we can have a chat about it in the comments. It's a private link, so no one else can see it. It's just for you guys. But yes, so these are the pile selections that we have for your Pisces season prediction reading. I thought that we would use the moon card from a few different decks, and whichever deck you are drawn to is the deck that we are going to use in your pile. So group 1 have the Orion's Tarot deck, and this is your moon card here. Group 2, you have the Sun and Moon Tarot, and this is your moon card here. All very different depictions of the moon card, and in each group I talk about the energy of each card and what it might mean for your reading as well. And then group 3, this is your moon card. This is from the Mystic Mondays. So if you need to pause the video and feel which pile or which card has your messages, then feel free to do so. And then I will see you over in your reading. Hi Group 1, welcome to your Pisces season predictions reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So as you can see here, this was the moon card that you were drawn to, which is the Pisces Tarot card. And this is from the Orion's Tarot deck. And this moon card tells me that basically, like when I look at this moon card, I feel like the moon has opened up a pathway, but this one kind of looks like you're already on this journey, like it hasn't just begun, or maybe it has just begun, like we don't know how long this is. It could be a different amount of time for everybody, but it looks like you have at least taken the first steps on like a purposeful or intuitive path that you're being led on, and maybe now you're kind of reaching a point of uncertainty or a little bit of an unknown or a little bit of like a unsure phase of your life, and maybe feeling a little bit worried or a little bit concerned or a little bit anxious about something, and not really knowing where to go next. It may require a little bit of faith in the universe that, you know, taking that next step you'll be supported, and that, you know, a path will appear. You just need to sometimes have that little bit of faith. But that's essentially what I'm seeing in your moon card. So we'll see if that comes through in the reading. So we will be breaking down both your finances and your career/study, whatever your role is in that area of your life. We'll be breaking that down, and then we'll be breaking down love and relationships, and then we'll get you some advice for Pisces season as well. I forgot to have a drink of water before I started, sorry about that. All right, so I've already pulled the oracle cards for the first 2 sections, and then we'll clarify with tarot. And the advice cards we'll get at the end, I'll shuffle those ones on camera as well. So we are going to start with Oh, my throat feels so dry. It's because I've already done some filming today. So now we get the tired, worn out voice. I'm going to have another drink actually. I feel like that was the loudest swallow I've ever done. I'm so sorry. Okay, so these are your oracle cards for Pisces season in terms of career/study and finances. So we have a time for healing, and we have a spirit of gratitude. So a time for healing, this gives me the energy of like a recovery period, or like a period where it's not really wise to take any sort of action or do anything too wild or extravagant when it comes to either career or money, and just have a period of like rest and rejuvenation almost. It seems as though I would say it's not a time to spend big. It's not a time to make any sudden moves. It's probably not a time to overwork yourself if you're stressed. It's really a time of like being still, and healing in this reading kind of tells me that maybe you need to heal your mindset when it comes to like your material world. So especially because we have the spirit of gratitude coming out, this can be all about like being grateful for everything that you have, but it can also be about prayer and positive thought and affirmations to manifest more. So it seems like maybe you're stuck in a bit of, maybe that's where that message was coming through with the moon card, like you've taken the first steps but you're reaching a point where you're like a little bit unsure now. So if like money has slowed down, or if you've got a few bills hanging over your head or something along those lines, you could be a little bit stressed about what to do next, and Spirit's coming through to say to you like, don't worry so much about what to do, but kind of come within, rest and try to change the way that you're thinking about your finances, because your mindset is very important here, and it does seem like you can probably manifest some more abundance in that area. A book's coming to mind, which I have spoken about on my Instagram and stuff before, so depending on how much you have followed with me or anything like that, you may have heard me speak about it, but it's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. There's even a free audio version on YouTube, and it is very good in like explaining how to talk to the divine and how I guess how to act and how to think to grow your finances in like a spiritual kind of way, if that makes any sense. It'll make sense if you read it, but I feel like someone could probably benefit from that book. But this Spirit of Gratitude card coming in with here, and then all this purple and kind of crown chakra energy, and then 4 and 3 make 7, and 7 is the crown chakra. This is kind of telling me that your crown chakra, your like spiritual self, has a good influence on your finances in Pisces season. So maybe Pisces season, because it's a little bit more of like a spiritual and psychic sign, maybe that's why you're getting encouraged to kind of use that spirituality to your advantage to create some more abundance. So in this card you can see there's a mug here, and there's the flowers. So it's making me think of like herbal teas and floral teas, and then infusing positive thoughts and affirmations or even prayer into that drink. Infusing it with gratitude. Sorry, I got that in the wrong order. So I'm kind of visualizing sort of holding the mug with your floral or herbal tea or whatever's in there, expressing gratitude for all that you have, and then infusing positive thoughts, things such as like, I'm a money magnet, money comes to me easily, for every dollar I spend, it comes back to me times 10. those types of sort of affirmations and positive thoughts, infusing them into the drink and then consuming the drink is one way to manifest. And then just sort of keeping your thoughts high vibrational and positive to ensure you're not manifesting your fears, because the more that you concentrate on, am I going to have enough? Am I going to have enough? You're going to create situations where you are constantly thinking that same thing. So the power of your mind is very important when it comes to work, study, finances. But if this is, I feel, more to do with finances, I definitely feel like you're on the right path. It's just, it's a process. It's a journey, and it's not always going to be easy. But this is about like patience and positive thinking, things like that. Is there anything else I'm seeing before we go into some tarot? No, I think we'll go into the tarot cards now, and we'll do some further investigation here. So because you guys were drawn to the Orion's moon card, I will use the Orion deck. So we will shuffle it back in case it needs to come out for your reading. Okay, so Pisces season predictions for group 1. This is for career or study and finances. What's going on for group 1 for career, study and finances in Pisces season? Okay, so we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So that's that new opportunity. Queen of Swords. The Devil. The Eight of Cups. And on the bottom, the Four of Cups. So yeah, this is, I definitely feel like your backstory that I was touching on earlier. So we have here like an opportunity that is, in the long term, it's very promising. It may start slow and it may have to be an ongoing process of building and growth and evolution, but it's very, very promising. And I feel like it's something, especially because there's a frog on this pentacle, it's something that it's almost like a breath of fresh air for you. And especially with the Queen of Swords facing this opportunity, it's like you're facing an opportunity that's very right for you. So this is like you facing your true path in life. And because frogs can only survive in very, very clean and unpolluted environments, it tells me that this opportunity is something for you that's very healthy for like your spirit and your mind and your soul. So it's an opportunity it will lead to material abundance, and it is going to have material growth in terms of financial growth, but it's also full of abundance in terms of it makes your soul happy, it makes your spirit feel happy and free, and it makes sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I think I've actually completely lost it. I was going to say something along the lines of like holistic wellness, like it's really good for your holistic health. So the Queen of Swords tells me that you're very intelligent and that you have a very good head on your shoulders. I feel like you do have a very clear vision for your future. And all this is for you is overcoming your fears and the negative thinking that kind of creeps in and comes in and says, have you done the right thing by moving on here? There's like the Eight of Cups is, moving on, following a path to create more meaning. It sometimes can be that you're moving on from something quite stable to find something more meaningful. But in this particular card, the cups are all over the place. So this looks like you were leaving something chaotic, or something that was just like leaving you emotionally all over the place, or emotionally drained or depleted, to find your happiness and to find true meaning. And then the Four of Cups can sometimes be about focusing on what's going wrong, perhaps, instead of everything that's going right. So that's talking about that switch of mindset to get back to basics of being gratitude for all that you have, to focusing on how happy you are or how free you feel, regardless of how your situation appears. It's about really choosing not to buy into those fearful or worrisome thoughts, and to focus more on the positive, to manifest abundance for yourself. Like, don't look back with regret. You're exactly where you're meant to be, and you're following your true path in life, which is going to lead to really, really good things. So don't get too caught up in how things appear at the moment. Pisces season might really kind of, put you in your feelings and create illusions where you start to have those fears creep in and those anxieties creep in. But this is telling you that you are on the right path, and there's only room for improvement here. It's going to keep going in a positive direction. You've just got to control the mindset. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of finances and career. I'm sorry that I keep clearing my throat. It really is because I'm just like, it's adjusting to like filming more and talking more. And yesterday I did a lot of filming, and then today I had to finish it off. So my voice is a little bit tired. I do apologize. It's almost like it's in training. It'll get better. Okay, I'm going to take another drink of water. And we're going to move on to love and relationships now. So we've got the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. And we've got a burst of magic. So first of all, I want to point out that both of your, what's this deck called again? Oracle of the Seven Energies, I believe. I can't get my eyes on the box at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'll link it below anyway. These are both very high cards, and they're in the, what would you call it? The back end of the deck. And this deck is split into like 7 sections, so like 7 energies. And obviously, because this is in the back end, it's in the 7th section, and we've had all this crown chakra energy coming through with the purple and stuff, and we have another 7 energy here with the crown. So it seems like you have access to a lot of like higher self wisdom and crown chakra activity, and you're very in tune with your spiritual self during Pisces season. It shouldn't surprise anybody. I mean, Pisces signs are a very naturally psychic and intuitive sign, whether they're awakened to it or not. And all this crown energy, I almost feel like the answers that you are seeking are going to come through your own intuitive knowing, or from your higher self, or from spirit. That's the first thing that I see when I look at these two together. And I feel like it could help a situation, or will help a relationship blossom or bloom, open up and grow. So when I do the love and relationship, oh my gosh, I'm tripping over my words. When I do the love and relationships section, it can relate to any type of relationship. So I do it that way so that it will either apply to a lover or a friend or a family member or something. But regardless of who it is, it should resonate with everybody that picks this pile, like the story. So it seems like you may be doing a little bit of overthinking and trying to find answers that you just don't have access to at the moment. But those answers are going to be coming during Pisces season. And from what I can see here so far, is there's a very good chance that it's going to come through your own higher wisdom. Let's think. This card can also talk about an important conversation. So if, well, potentially some of you, there may be an actual conversation to be had with somebody that helps the situation evolve or open up and bloom, as I was saying. The lotus flower also makes me think that it could, for some of you, help a situation grow out of a fairly, help a connection grow out of a fairly muddy or sticky situation, because lotuses can even grow out of like mud and things like that. So it just made me think of that. Seeing this like spirit or this soul here makes me feel like there could be like a soulful expression shared or received for some of you. And also this card can talk about how when you connect with your true path or like your highest path in life, it can really attract the right people and the right things towards you. So tying in with your other section where you're following like your, what seems to be like your purpose or something that you're very passionate about, something very aligned with you, this is helping you like bloom into a very authentic and true version of yourself, which is creating magic in your relationships, because it's attracting people that are very aligned with you, people that match your frequency. It's helping you open up in already existing relationships and be more authentic, be more vulnerable, and then that creates space for others to be the same and reciprocate that back to you. Yeah, I think that's all I'm getting so far with those. So I think we can probably move into the tarot and see a little bit more about what's going to be happening. So yeah, we'll use the same deck. We should be right. I was just wondering if I should use a different deck or if I should put those ones back in, but I feel like there's enough cards in tarot. Even if it was the exact same story, we could probably still get it out of other cards anyway, so I think we'll be fine. It's only 5. So group 1, Pisces season, love and relationships. Can you break it down for us and further clarify the messages that we have so far, please? Group 1, Pisces season, love and relationships. So we've got the High Priestess. So yeah, those answers that you need are definitely coming through your intuition. Or actually, I could look at that also as like things that are being kept hidden coming to light, and just sort of having to rely on your intuition until then, and just sort of have faith in your intuition until then. 5 of Wands. That was today's daily message card, actually. Strength. The Tower, and on the bottom, the 9 of Wands. Okay, so I definitely feel that energy of really trying to find answers and feeling trapped by the questions or the unanswered the unanswered questions that you have, or like the mysteries that you can't seem to solve, whatever this has to do with. It's like you're trying to find answers that you can't access. So things are kind of being kept hidden from you. And your test really is just kind of staying connected to your intuition and just remaining balanced, and trying not to let the unanswered questions like confine you or trap you or keep you stuck or stagnant in any way. It's about knowing your strength and choosing to not worry so much about what you can't control, and to just focus on like the harmony within you, focusing on like your foundation, getting a nice strong foundation, and just really focusing on being your best self until some type of shift occurs here, which does look like it's coming. And I feel like there's a waiting energy, like a patient energy here of like waiting for something that you kind of know is coming, but because you can't see the results, that's why you kind of feel stuck. So there is something that you feel coming, and you're trying to, it's like in Pisces season, you're trying not to buy into the fears and the overthinking, of like why it hasn't shown up yet, or why there's nothing that you can see happening. And I feel like it's just, being patient and resilient while you wait for something to happen. There is something unexpected coming, something that seems to almost come the second that you shift your energy away from it and just like focus on your strength. The shift occurs like straight away. And the Nine of Wands tells me that, again, there's that like something that you've been waiting for, something that you've been fighting for. So the Nine of Wands is like almost at the end of a journey, almost at the end of a chapter. So it's like you're reaching the end of a chapter where the transformation is about to happen. And I feel like it's a good something. Like it is going to seem like a burst of magic. But yeah, certain things like the High Priestess card is all about mystery and, being okay with not having all the answers, because sometimes you're just not meant to have all the answers, but they will come to you at the right time. And instead of just like staying stuck by that and feeling like you have to just be still or be trapped by the circumstances and the not knowing and the mysteries that you can't seem to figure out. This is you embodying like your higher self, your true strength, your resilience, and just focusing on what you can control, waiting for the shift to happen, which will happen. And it comes when you least expect it. So it comes as soon as you shift your energy away from it and stop worrying about it, and just focus on yourself. I'm just looking at the cards, just seeing if I can pick anything else up at all or not. I do just want to talk about the fact that in this Five of Wands, normally in the Five of Wands, you'd have multiple people or multiple, say, animals, for argument's sake, if you're in this deck, multiple beings competing against each other or fighting with each other. But this is just one living thing in a whole lot of like coral that's got it a little bit stuck. So I don't feel like this conflict that you feel stuck in, I don't think it's like, arguments with anybody or conflict with anybody else. I feel like it's an inner conflict where you feel trapped by your own overthinking or your own thoughts. So I feel like it's, again, controlling your thoughts. They're pretty much the only thing in this situation at the moment that you can control. So I think that's why you're being asked so much to focus on your thoughts and making them positive, making them more abundant, stopping those negative thoughts or those limiting beliefs as soon as they try to enter your mind, before they pin you down and get you into this funk. I feel like it's all about gaining control over your mindset and trying to listen more to your intuition versus your head. All right, so that's where I'll leave that part. So we're going to finish up with some, let's go the Heart Thoughts cards first, and then we'll do one or two of the Spirit Animal advice messages. Okay, so for group 1, what affirmations does group 1 need the most throughout Pisces season? So the first one out is, I am willing to see only my magnificence. Being selective on the positive thoughts is the underlying tone of this little message here, focusing only on the good. I think and say only what I want to create in my life. I am more than adequate for all I need to do. Yeah, so this is that energy of like, if you walk around saying, I'm broke, then you're going to create a situation where you always are broke. This is saying to realize how powerful your thoughts and your words really are, and to only say and think exactly what you want to create, and knowing that you are very powerful and your words create your reality and your thoughts. So more of that purple crown chakra energy coming through. What else have we got for group 1 throughout Pisces season? I open new doors to life. I trust that my inner guide is leading me and guiding me in ways that are best for me. My spiritual growth is continuously expanding. Yeah, so as we said in the beginning, your pathway's been lit for you and you're being led in the right direction. You are continuously growing, you're continuously expanding, and you are being guided for your highest good. So you can trust this guidance, trust this path, even when things seem uncertain or unsure. You can still come back to your inner space, your inner home, and come back to that space and remind yourself that you're on the right track. Everything's going according to plan. I'm in the right place. Yes, so regardless of how things seem, you're in the right place at the right time. Wherever I go and whomever I meet, I find my own love and my highest good waiting for me. I think, I'm sure I said something about, meeting people and attracting people that are matching your frequency at some point in this reading. So I do like that this has come out and validated that message that I was picking up on. But yeah, I do believe that because you are, as I said, coming into like a real authentic version of yourself, you're awakening spiritually, you're following your true path, you're attracting other people that are like that, other people that are very authentic and walking their true path and interested in similar things, or maybe they share your values, or they you know, maybe there's something that you can like do together, or I don't know, just people very similar to you are going to start coming your way. So this is validating that and just letting you know that because your intentions and your vibration's so pure, you're going to be meeting people and connecting with people who can match that for you. So we'll finish up with the bottom deck one here. Oops. Oh, okay, we'll take you both. Oh, there's a couple there. Am I really supposed to take all of these? Let's see. I'm not going to take them all because we're already going over time. Okay, so your final card on the bottom was this is a day of completion. I know and affirm that I am one with the infinite power. Everything in my life falls into place easily and effortlessly. And they're telling me that this is one of the things that you should be saying into your mug of floral or herbal tea when you're infusing your positive thoughts into that. So I'll hold this one up specifically for you to screenshot because that's a very fruitful one for you to use with your moment of gratitude, I suppose. Okay, so to finish off, as I promised, we will get a spirit animal for the month for you guys. So this is a piece of advice for you to come back to at any time of the month when you're feeling a little bit either overwhelmed or a little bit low or a little bit stuck. We want to be able to come back to one simple piece of advice to kind of just ground you, get you present, and to remind you of this reading. So either Spirit may show you this animal when you need to think of this reading or this message of advice that you're about to get, or you might just think of it yourself and want to come back and re-watch the video or something along those lines. But what is the best advice for Group 1 to come back to throughout Pisces season, please? What animal will Spirit show them to remind them of this advice? I might let this one fall out instead of picking it myself, actually. Why not? You're going to play games with me now. Okay, we'll stick to the crane. Surrender. Let go of limiting beliefs. Be as expansive in your thoughts as your soul is. Damn, Group 1. Epic. So we have those soft purple tones coming through again. And again, we're talking about that negative thinking and that limiting thinking. And this is telling you that your soul is expansive and your thoughts can be the same. So your thoughts can be as expansive as your soul. So think big, surrender to the divine, surrender to the fact that you're protected and that regardless of where you go in life, you're always going to be protected and you're going to be looked after. You are on your higher path, you are ascending on your journey, you can trust that you're on track, and you can trust in the power of the universe and the fact that there really is no limit to how far you can go on your journey. The potential does not exist. What was I going to say? The limit does not exist from that line in Mean Girls, but because I'm a little bit not grounded, I completely butchered the saying. So my apologies. So yeah, the crane is either a symbol that you're going to be shown throughout the month to come back to that message of surrender. So potentially if you're getting overwhelmed by your thoughts at any stage, you might see a crane or think of a crane or think of this message, and it will just remind you to take a big deep breath and just let it all go and remind yourself that you're in the right place at the right time and everything's going according to plan. So that's your Pisces season prediction, Group 1. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that you have an incredible Pisces season and a fantastic end to the zodiac calendar year. Pisces is the last season of the zodiac calendar. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy your final zodiac calendar month. I'm just going to stop talking. If you're interested in a private reading for me, do check out the Instagram details below. My services are in my story highlight reels. But if this is where I leave you, take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Hi Group 2, welcome to your Pisces season predictions reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So if you're drawn to Group 2, this is the Moon card that you were drawn to, which is the Pisces card. You can see here that we actually have the Pisces symbolism of the two fish. Alright, so let's look at this card. This one really looks like you're in Pisces season, you're really struggling between like your light and your dark. So it looks like your fears and your subconscious are kind of coming up fighting for power, and it's very important that you're choosing which one or which part of you you're feeding into. Obviously, you know that shadow wolf will feed off of fear and anxiety and worry, and the light, the wolf of light, will feed on positivity and more high frequency like love and compassion and things like that, gratitude. So for you, it might be trying to counteract the shadow elements with some love and light. However, it's always when our subconscious is coming up or when we are facing fears and things, they are trying to communicate something to us. So it is still important to listen and not just block it out. Balance comes when we integrate the two. It doesn't come when we block one out. It comes when we integrate the two. So we'll see how that plays into your message. So we've already got the oracle cards pulled out. We're going to look at career, work, finances, and we're going to look at love and relationships. And then to finish the reading off, we'll also get some affirmations and a spirit animal for some advice throughout the month. So career or study, whatever you might be doing, and money, the energy for Pisces season is it's a time to take action. So that's Aries energy there, and we've got the Ram coming up. And we've got wish upon a star. I think I'm going to have to move that over there, and we'll put that one up here. So these two together is giving me that energy of like balancing spirituality with practicality. So wish upon a star, this is like, as you can see, she's got her eyes closed, she's got her hands over her heart space, and she's, making a wish, or she's focusing on a vision, or thinking about what she wants to create or manifest in her life. And that's only half of the, manifestation process. The next step after you do that is committing to your vision by taking practical steps. So it seems like Pisces season, maybe it's time to start taking some practical steps on what you're hoping for and what you're dreaming for, because without that practical side of things, your wish becomes nothing more than a wish. If you're making a wish and then you're acting upon it, then it becomes a vision or a goal, like something that you're actively achieving, not just something that you're hoping for. And it's very important to show the universe that you're committed by taking a small step towards that vision or that goal, to show the universe you're serious, and then the universe can pick up on that momentum and start to reflect it back to you. So it's kind of that energy of what you decide to put in is what you're going to get out. When I do think of this Aries energy, I think of like Aries energy can be known for being a little bit impulsive, and it's very much like because they're the first sign of the zodiac, it's like I'll go first. They're like a doer, they do first and they think later. So I feel like you're being asked to kind of think less and do more, and maybe even feel more. So like maybe if you're thoughts get negative or worrisome, this is about thinking less and doing more and feeling more, like feeling from the intuition. I think that's all I'm getting from there. So I think we can probably go through and get some clarifiers now. So we're going to be using the deck that you guys selected for your reading. Oh, we better shuffle the moon card back in actually, in case it needs to come out. Did I get all the cards? Yeah. So for group 2, please. Career or study and finances. What's Pisces season looking like in those areas for group 2, please? So we've got 5 of Swords coming out first. 10 of Pentacles. Judgment. 4 of Cups. And on the bottom, Death, Rebirth. Interesting. Okay, come on, surely we can all fit. We'll just tuck you in there a little bit. Okay. So you could very well be overcoming a situation that's made you feel defeated in order to move towards your dreams or your legacy. Yeah, look at that, the Emperor. I don't always sit here and cut the deck, so when I noticed that I had split the deck, I thought I needed to see that. Very interesting. I'll just keep it there for a moment. So this is like almost taking control of your life and where you're going in life. So this is like either leaving behind a situation that just leaves you feeling defeated or drained, or just like you're just not winning in this situation. So let's say you're studying something or you're working at a job. It's something that doesn't make you feel good, or it doesn't make you feel like you're succeeding or you're winning. You feel rather defeated by it. It's like it's just not for you. It's not aligned with you, it's not for you, and it's either a part of somebody else's dream or it's just something that you're just doing for the money or something along those lines. So this is like leaving a situation where you feel defeated to take ownership, take control of where you're going in life, and to create something full of wealth, but not just material wealth. This is like emotional wealth and financial security, and even like creating a legacy of your own. So like intergenerational wealth and being your own boss and creating your own empire, especially with the Emperor here. So I fully get the vibe that you guys are leaving behind something to like follow your own dreams and to do something that you feel is more aligned with you, something that you're a lot more passionate about. Making that judgment call essentially to stop waiting for your situation to get better and to create a better situation for yourself. So you could be making a big judgment call this month and deciding to show the universe you're serious by deciding to move away from your present situation in terms of career and finances and do something very different, but something that you feel more passionate and more excited about, and choosing to stop sitting around being disappointed with your life and to recreate it, rebirth it. So I feel like you guys are going through big changes, and this is the month where you stop thinking about it and you start actually implementing the changes that you want to make. It's like you're done feeling defeated and feeling like overwhelmed or pinned down by your current situation, and you want more out of it. You want more out of your life when it comes to career and finances. And I do believe with this Judgment card that this is a sign that by taking that leap of faith towards your dreams, the universe will also support that. And it's almost like raining down good karma or like good vibes for standing in your truth and deciding to let go of the fear and take your power back. It's like breaking out of the matrix type thing. The universe will reward you for that. So some of you are definitely going to be going on a journey where you become your own boss, or like you create something entirely your own. You could be moving to like entrepreneurship or some sort of creative project where you can generate wealth. So creative in terms of like arts and music and dance and like that type of creative, or just something that you create and build yourself. All right, so we'll pop you back in because we just wanted to make it known that you had arrived, but we may need you again. So who knows? Let's go into the next section of love and relationships. So just to remind you, I do love and relationships because we want to get the baseline story, and then whatever relationship you need to apply it to in your life, you can apply it to that. It doesn't have to be romantic, it doesn't have to be family, it doesn't have to be friends, but it could be anything, okay? So we get the story and then you can apply it how you need to in your life. Hold that. I'm going to take a quick sip of water again. Okay, so energy of your love and relationships life. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. And number 7, a deep breath. Okay, so love and relationships. We do have an energy of fear or anxiety coming in that you're not achieving a goal, or that you're not... It's like something's coming, something's about to happen. You're very close to achieving whatever your goal happens to be in a relationship or just in your love life in general. But it's like you're not seeing the results. So you're starting to wonder or second guess whether or not it's actually happening. So just to kind of give you an idea of what I mean, let's say you're single and you're like feeling like love's going to happen for you soon, or you have been feeling like that for a while, but then there's nothing's really happening that you can see in your reality. So you're starting to be like, oh, well, maybe I'm not going to find someone, maybe this, maybe that, and starting to get a little bit anxious and a little bit caught up on the when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, who is it going to be, that type of thing. And then if you're in a connection, the example that I would give would be like, if you have been working on something together, it's like there's a goal that you're trying to achieve, either on like a romantic level or just on a team level, if it's like a friend or family member, and you're very close to achieving the goal that you have set for yourself, but maybe there's a delay, or it's taking a little bit longer than expected, or again, you can't see tangible growth, so your anxieties are getting the better of you and you're starting to worry about it. So this is kind of telling you to just stop and center yourself, take a deep breath, breathe through this time, because everything is still coming, it's still happening the way it's supposed to, and the goal will be achieved. You're actually very close, but now it's just about recouping and gathering your thoughts and your energy and making a sacred space within you so that you're nice and centered when this goal is achieved or when something happens. Okay, I think that's all I'm getting. So we'll go into the tarot and we'll get some clarifiers again. So let's look at group 2's love life and relationships for Pisces season. What's going on in love and relationships? Group 2. Three of Pentacles. So it does seem like you're involved in some kind of collaborative effort where you're working on a mutual goal with someone on some level. Ten of Wands. So yeah, the end of the cycle's close. Eight of Cups. Four of Wands. And on the bottom, there's the completion. Seven of Swords. Okay. So the story that I'm getting now that I'm seeing all the cards here is that some of you are waiting for a partnership or a collaboration to arrive or to enter your life. And you're actually getting to the point where you're almost, it's becoming a bit of a burden because like you're carrying such a load of responsibilities on your shoulders and waiting for this person to come and help you, whether you know who this person is, they're actually someone that you know of, or whether you're just waiting for a person, someone that's your match to kind of come in and help you with. So first of all, I'm not trying to say that you're helpless or that you can't handle things on your own. I think that you've just been doing things on your own for a very long time. And this is like you're waiting for someone to come and help you, or you're waiting for your partner, or you're waiting for an associate or acquaintance or whatever the case to come and pull their weight in this, or take some of the load off your shoulders, or share the weight, split the load, share the responsibilities. But it's getting to the point where you're about to just give up on this and just completely let the situation go and just move on from the whole idea. But there is a completion or like a celebration that is coming in right when you feel like giving up and walking away. So I'm trying to keep it broad so that it fits multiple situations, but it is like waiting for someone to come and share, to come and pick up their, no, what's this, help me out, pull their weight. You're waiting for someone to step up and come and pull their weight. It's like you're carrying all of the responsibilities when there should be someone else, or there could be someone else that's meant to be like teaming up with you. And because of this, it's like you're almost ready to just sort of give up and just move on from the whole idea of it. And then right as you're about to do that, there's some type of shift, and there's some type of completion of a cycle. So I feel like, yeah, coming back to the start, it's like if you just stop and take a deep breath and wait for this completion to come through, everything will be fine. But there seems to be a chance that you might self-sabotage or end up regretting the walking away, feeling like you kind of cheated yourself out of something good because you weren't patient enough to wait for that shift. So it looks as though the other person that's involved in this reading are completing a cycle of some kind of their own, and when they complete that cycle, it seems like the collaboration can come back in and you can start to become more of a unit rather than two separate individuals. So what I want to say is that there is stability here that you probably could hold on for a little bit longer and just take a deep breath, get centered, because you may cheat yourself out of something that could potentially be something worth celebrating here. They are pointing out to me the fire here and the fire there, and giving me rebirth energy. So I don't know if this is like a connection coming back into your life, or like a rebirth for a connection or a partnership. And again, remember, this can be any type of relationship, but it looks like it could be something being rebirthed, something that you've been waiting for growth, or waiting for recognition, or waiting for that collaboration, the mutual the mutual teamwork to kind of start happening, rather than being an individual who's having to pull all the weight by yourself. I also feel like this Seven of Swords here, when I think about this other person having to complete a cycle, because the Seven of Swords can be known as like keeping secrets or keeping things hidden. Maybe they haven't told you exactly what they're doing, and that's why you're feeling a little bit, it's like they haven't communicated very clearly with you, or they haven't told you the truth about what they're trying to complete in their own life, and it's kind of left you feeling a little bit in the dark, not really quite knowing what's going on. And so I don't really blame you for getting anxious and getting caught up, because there is so much that's been kept from you that it's hard to know what to do or what direction to move in. But I feel like whatever your goal is here, you're very close to achieving that. So kind of just hang in there a little bit longer and focus on, your breath work and staying centered and trying to keep grounded, and don't make any sudden conclusions or sudden movements, because it does seem like Pisces season may create that illusion or create that fear for you, and it's very important that you don't buy into it. You need to kind of try to, I guess, sit with it for long enough to breathe through it and recognize whether it is fear creating an illusion, or whether it's an intuitive truth. Okay, so that's love and relationships. So the next part we're going to do is we're going to get some affirmations for you, and find out what's going to be very helpful for you to be saying to yourself, like, basically how can you create a healthy inner dialogue? What things do you need to start saying, etc., etc. So let's have a look. What are the group 2 affirmations? No, what are the affirmations that group 2 should be working with during Pisces season, please? So we have the first one out is my life is a joy. I go for the joy. Life is here for me to enjoy today. So with all this heaviness going on, I feel like you need to remember to have fun every day, and find, at least 10-15 minutes where you're just, doing something purely for the joy of it. So something that really lights your heart up, something that's really fun to you, something that brings your heart a very, very happy and joyful experience. It does look like you've got a lot going on sort of in the mind, and like a lot of shifts and a lot of transitions, and a lot of waiting as well. So I think that during that time, it's very important for you not to forget about having fun and treating your soul to things that it loves. My love is limitless. So first of all, that's making me think with my love is limitless. For those of you that this is relating to a romantic connection, this is reminding you that your love is limitless. It's not going to run out for this person. And no matter, sort of, it's giving me that vibe of like near or far, wherever you are, my love is limitless. Like it has no bounds, there's no end. So what's the harm in waiting, But then on the back we have, the more love I allow, I'm going to start that again, sorry. The more love I allow to flow out from me, the more love, oh my gosh, Felicia, sort it out. Sometimes it throws me because we have like the change in font. And so like when I see the change in font, I automatically think of like a break, but that's still one sentence. Okay, I'm going to try again. The more love I allow to flow out from me, the more there is within me and the more I receive. So the more love you cultivate, the more you have to give and the more you have for yourself and the more you receive as well, because we attract what we embody, or we attract what we're sort of dishing out. So if you're dishing out a lot of love, you're going to get a lot of love back. But also remember, love is limitless. It doesn't have an end. Your love is not going to run out. So cultivating love and allowing love to flow out of you, there's still going to be more, and you can still dig deep and find more. It's never going to run out, So it's okay to love, and it's okay to show love and express love in all ways, in all forms. Well, we were going to get one more and a bottom deck energy, and it's given us two. So obviously these are the two that Spirit wants to finish the reading off. So we will start with this one. I give over my problems and sleep peacefully. So if you're someone that gets, you catch yourself lying awake at night thinking about your problems and overthinking and thinking about those fears, you're being asked to give your problems over to the divine so that you can sleep peacefully. It says, I release my fears and problems. I feel only peace in my mind and body as I drift off to sleep. All of these are the same color cards too. A lot of pink coming through for you guys. So maybe visualizing pink and like rose quartz and pink, wearing pink and eating pink foods, fruits, and the color pink seems to be good for you to visualize. Maybe to open your heart space and get you feeling and flowing with more love. And then this one is, I love and accept myself. Oh. Look in the mirror and say, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. When I accept all of myself, I am whole and healed. Beautiful. So I think that your self-love needs to expand first and foremost, and then that will trigger a chain of events, so to speak. So the more that you love yourself, the more that others will love you and appreciate you, the more love you have for them, and just the more that love starts to flow in, around, through, everywhere. So accepting and loving your whole self will cultivate a lot of love in and around you. And we will get your spirit animal for the month. So this is designed to be a short piece of advice that you can come back to throughout the month, either when you think about it or when the universe shows you this animal, either like on your social media feed or like a picture of it, or maybe if it's a common animal, you might see it in real life. But yeah, essentially it's just meant to kind of ground you and bring you back to this reading, whether you want to come back and watch it again or what have you, that's up to you, but it's just sort of meant to bring you back to the message. So you have the swan, graceful transformation, soften your heart and find your flow. We're literally just talking about love flowing in and around you, and the more love you have for yourself, the more that's going to happen. So this is just all about softening your heart and finding your flow. So Spirit might show you the swan when your heart space is feeling overwhelmed, or when you're feeling like you don't have enough love to give, or when you're feeling like you can't do this anymore, or you're feeling like things are moving against you. This swan will help bring you back to your center and find your flow again, to just sort of relax with the changes and relax with the transformation with grace. So that's what I have for you, group 2 we just did. Oh my gosh, sorry. That's your Pisces season prediction reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're interested in a private reading from me, you can check out my Instagram details below. My services are in my highlight reels under the services highlight. And if you find something that you want to book, just DM me and we can book you in. I also post a lot of various other content over there. But if this is where I leave you, don't forget to like and comment. Let me know how the reading went for you. And I hope to see you again soon. Take care, guys. Bye. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your Pisces season predictions reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So it's a little early in the morning for your pile. So I do have my kind of morning voice as it warms up for the day, but I'm trying to get this one done before my son's back. So hopefully it's not too annoying for you, but yeah, we've got to try and get this one done ASAP so that I don't get interrupted. So if you were drawn to this pile, this is the moon card that you were drawn to here. And this moon card gives me the vibe that throughout Pisces season, you seem to be kind of like facing a few things head on. So the other cards, this person's not actually facing the moon. They were positioned quite differently, whereas this one seems to be coming like, it's almost like a bit of a reflection going on, like you're literally squaring off with the moon. We literally have almost like a mirror image here with the moon causing a reflection on the water. So it's like giving me that energy that you'll be doing a lot of reflection, and that Pisces season is pretty much going to be mirroring back to you what's going on in your subconscious, perhaps. So it might be a good time for you to try to get to the bottom of this as well, and like get to the root of what it's reflecting back to you, especially if you do have some subconscious fears or subconscious things coming up throughout Pisces season. It would be a good idea to try to get to the root of the issue and consider trying to let that go, because it seems like, yeah, Pisces season is going to be definitely lighting up whatever you've been keeping in the shadow realms of yourself. So that's kind of what I'm getting on that card there. So we've already got the oracle cards. We've got 2 for your career / study / money areas of your life, and then we've got love and relationships as well. So we're going to start with the career and money side of things, or if you're studying, we'll talk about studying. I'm just going to have a quick drink of water. Okay, so the energy of your work / study / money areas of life throughout Pisces season is, so we've got new moon in Aquarius energy, bring love into the situation. And number 41, a higher view. So the new moon in Aquarius card, this can talk about changes happening. It can talk about basically, so Aquarius energy is very much intellectual, mental energy. It's very sort of detached from their emotions. Although it has the capacity to feel and experience emotions, Aquarius also has the ability to detach from it and kind of literally see things from a higher perspective by detaching. So I feel as though the changes that are happening may get you a little bit in your head and cause some, some overthinking or some concerns or some worries. But it seems as though if you can almost do the opposite of Aquarius, where you get out of your head and try to drop into your heart space or like your intuitive space, it seems like you'll be able to flow with the changes much more. Kind of understanding that they seem to be opening up a better pathway for you. So as much as, your intelligence is going to help you because you have that understanding that there's a higher perspective, it seems like trying to sort of keep yourself from going down that negative route with your overthinking and like the what ifs, if you can kind of get out of that negative headspace and just think positively and just soften your energy and find a way to flow with the changes, it will all make sense and you are being led in a good direction. So there's like a combination. I was kind of wanting to go in like one direction and either go like head or heart, but it's kind of like a combination here. Like that Aquarius energy is like detaching enough from the situation to understand that there is a higher perspective and to try to view it from that higher perspective, as well as like this bring love into the situation message is like finding a way to just flow with the changes and appreciate everything that's going on regardless, or like, express gratitude for everything that's going on because you're being led in the right direction. We do have a lot of purple in your moon card, and we've got a lot of purple in here as well, which is giving me that crown chakra energy. So the crown chakra again is that intellectual energy, but it's also like the higher self type energy. So it's almost like the intellectual side of things is not going to help you unless you're thinking about things from the view of your higher self. So it's like if you're thinking in your 3D self, you're going to think negatively and be like, what's happening? There'll be uncertainty, maybe some unknowns. But then if you can embody your higher self and look at things from a higher perspective, you will see that there's a pathway being lit for you, and it's okay to kind of embrace each moment along the way with gratitude and with acceptance, and just flow with these changes that are coming. So we will go into your tarot cards now. So this is the deck that your moon card has actually come from. We will put the moon back in there in case it needs to come out for your message, but we will clarify what we have here and kind of get a little bit more info on what's going on in terms of your career, study and finances, or whatever you might be doing with your life. So group 3 Pisces season predictions. What's going on throughout Pisces season in terms of career or study and finances? Oh, King of Pentacles. King of Swords, the Princess of Pentacles. So there could be some kind of collaboration going on here. The Knight of Cups as well. Hello. And the Ten of Cups. Holy moly. So there's a lot of people coming through in this reading here. I can't ignore that. the first 4 cards were all 4 people. So we have a King of Pentacles character, a King of Swords character, Princess of Pentacles character, and a Knight of Cups character going on here. So I don't know if some of you are potentially like pitching an offer to somebody, or pitching an idea, or bringing an idea to the table with a friend or a colleague, or a business associate, and trying to bring some type of commitment about, but this is in terms of like work and things like that. So we're not talking love here. This is something that feels very purposeful or very meaningful to you, because to have the 10 of Cups come out in a career or finances or study reading, this is like following a path that genuinely means a lot to you, and really it's like something that you feel would be like your purpose in this life, or something that really makes you feel whole and complete. So I do feel like you are having to maybe get people on board, or having to like present your idea to like a board of people, or a team of people, or just a group of people. It's either you're trying to like pitch your idea and sell your idea, or you're trying to create a team around you that can bring this purpose to fruition. So it's like like as you can see, it's like this almost looks like people around a table all working on the same thing. So the vibe I'm getting here is like either a group project or a group endeavor that you're trying to get off the ground, or that you and a few people are trying to get off the ground. It's something that seems to bring a sense of purpose to all of you, and seems to feel like it's part of your spiritual truth. But with the King of Pentacles, I do feel like there is an underlying message that it is going to be something materially rewarding as well. So it's sustainable as well as something that means a lot. That reminds me of a message in this card's book, actually. And this card, it says a little message, something about thinking about who you know versus what you know. So there could be someone around you that you can use to your advantage. And when I say that, I don't mean it in like a manipulative or misaligned way. I just mean that you are connected to someone that either has a connection for you, or like someone that you know knows the right people, or you know the right people to make something happen here. There's something about it's not what you know, but who you know. So let's say, for example, you have this amazing idea. Someone else has the creative vision to help the creative side of things. Someone else has a lot of knowledge about like law and structure and technology, and then this person has a business mindset who has who understands how to run a company or run a business. It's like a group of people who are all bringing their respective talents together to work on one mutual project. So there's definitely there's age gaps between you, but it's not, I don't feel like it's like everyone varies in age, but it's not a problem. And if you feel like you happen to be the one that's either less mature, or maybe you're the youngest, or maybe you feel a bit intimidated by the people that you're having to approach, or something along those lines, you can totally wipe that. And by being your true self and just approaching this situation with an open heart, and being your loving, funny, intelligent self, your authentic personality is going to do you favors in this situation. So don't feel like you have to put on a show or be anything that you're not. You can just be your authentic self, and that's all you need to be to get these people on board. You don't need to try and be anything that you're not. And you're exactly who you're meant to be for this situation. It's, you're not any less than, you're not any more than anyone else, that type of thing. Just trying to see if there's anything else that I can see. Yeah, again over here, I'm just seeing that like interconnected web where you all bring something to the table and you all have something very unique to offer, but then all of those unique talents come together to form something, you know, incredible, something with a lot of potential, something that makes everybody very happy, that type of energy. All right, so I feel like I can leave that part there. And let's go into your love and relationships. So this is not limited to romantic love. If we talk about a relationship in particular, it can be any relationship and you can apply it to whatever relationship fits for you. This is obviously like this pile's collective. So the actual relationship could be different for everybody, but the storyline or the messages are going to be the same. So new moon in Cancer, you and your loved ones are safe. So again, there's that kind of that energy of anxiety and fear or something coming through there, and needing to remember that you and your loved ones are safe. And you know, Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which is like that planet of like illusions. And so sometimes in Pisces season we can really get in our feelings, and our subconscious can kind of start to bring things up that we maybe haven't dealt with. So like it can bring back past fears and past experiences and kind of trigger those feelings, and you know, it can make us feel anxious or suspicious or worried for no reason, and it's usually just because there's some residual energy of the past that's kind of coming up, making us feel a type of way. But literally, so 42 smoke and mirrors. So this is like, you know, your subconscious or your fears or your past conditioning coming through to create illusions. And funny that we have a mirror there, considering in your pile selection moon card from this deck, I was saying it looks like the Pisces season's kind of mirroring back to you what's going on within you, and that's a very clear message with the smoke and mirrors. And you and your loved ones are safe. It seems like you're going to be feeling a little bit excuse me, a little bit anxious or a little bit fearful, or maybe you just start getting a little bit insecure or irrational or something, and it's all just an illusion, and it's trying to alert you to something that you haven't healed or acknowledged within you. So like, for argument's sake, if you're in a connection, maybe you start to feel suspicious that your partner's cheating, or you start to feel like they're hiding something from you, or you're like, you know, reading too much into things that you might be seeing as red flags that actually aren't red flags. It's like you're creating it for yourself. And this is reminding you, you know, this is all an illusion. You and your loved ones are safe. Don't buy into the illusion that's being presented, and just try to get grounded and remember that you are safe, and that this is like subconscious fears coming into play. Also, like, another example they're giving me is, let's say, in the home, or like wherever you stay, like whether it's with family, if it's by yourself, like whatever the case, friends, I don't know, maybe some of you start getting anxious at night, or you start getting fearful that, I don't know, or like even like, you know, paranoid that someone's going to break in, or like just paranoid in general. This is just letting you know that this is like, it could even be coming from like past life traumas and past life experiences that are just sort of surfacing in order to get cleared out. Anything else that I'm getting with those ones? With the Smoke and Mirrors card, they're also giving me an example of what happens to me if I'm not grounded enough. And they're showing it to me. So I don't know if you can kind of see this very subtle shadow in this card. As I kind of turn my head, it like flickered almost to me. And when I'm not grounded, sometimes I see like flickers in the corners of my eyes or in the sides of my eyes. And I like turn back around and there's nothing there. And that tends to happen to me when I'm really not grounded. Or potentially if you see all this smoke, I'm feeling like white sage. So actually before this reading, I asked my pendulum if I needed to cleanse the space before I started. And it said yes. So even before your reading, I had to cleanse the space. So I don't believe that was a coincidence. So perhaps you need to sort of do like a white sage cleanse if you are feeling a little bit paranoid or feeling like there's a presence around you, or feeling like seeing red flags that aren't technically there. Maybe you just need grounding and a good white sage cleanse to just kind of purify your spirit and your aura and to make you feel safe again. So I feel like what I should say with these cards so far is to try not to project your insecurities onto those around you. So if you are feeling emotional or insecure or fearful, of course it's healthy to talk about what you're feeling and express yourself truthfully, but do it in a way where it's you're not projecting how you feel onto the other person and making them responsible for fixing it. So you need to be responsible for this because it seems to be an internal thing. And this is where you don't want to make anybody else feel like they are responsible to heal your issues. Okay, so for group 3, Pisces season predictions. Can we get a bit more detail about what's going on in their love and relationships? Well, there's 2 there. 7 of Swords. And the 9 of Swords, yeah. This looks like this 7 of Swords is giving me like it's giving me more of a self-sabotage energy rather than a betrayal energy. However, I do feel like with the 9 of Swords that there was a past betrayal that still affects you, and this is in Pisces season. It's going to come back, and it's going to be like tormenting you pretty much. So whatever this betrayal was, it was something very deceptive, something painful. It could go back a long time, or it could go back a little bit more recently, but it has caused you to approach relationships of all kinds with a lot of caution, and it's almost like you always have either like an escape plan or something. How would I say that? Like, you're always prepared to defend yourself or to leave. It's like you expect to be hurt or you expect to be betrayed. So maybe you've been betrayed so many times that it's almost like sometimes you expect it. And it's particularly in Pisces season, it's going to be a battle of your mind to not think that everybody around you is out to get you. So there definitely seems to be some like paranoia or insecurity around you during Pisces season. I feel as though particularly at night time is where it's going to get you. Like, I feel like you might even get kept up at night just overthinking and having your mind turn over about these things. But it's definitely like past wounds resurfacing and making you feel like there's something to be worried about at the present moment. because those two popped out. Maybe the rest would pop out, but nope. Okay, so the Star, the Tower, and Judgment. And look at that, there's another kind of like mirror image coming through. So you've got lots of mirrors in your reading. Don't forget we had the Moon, which was very much a mirroring image again. Okay, so let's see. So the Star is all about healing. So I do feel like this is giving you the opportunity to heal something. And the Star's also about like optimism and hope and, you know, renewals of hope and, you know, wishing upon a star and things like that. So this is giving you an opportunity to heal this issue properly, or these issues properly, and to really shift your, I guess, your consciousness in a way by releasing what's been hiding in the subconscious. It's like you can completely transform the way you think and feel, and suddenly you'll see things a lot more clearly. So it could feel a little bit like you're crumbling to the ground, or you're going backwards, or like you're you know, maybe for a moment you're brought to your knees, having to face some old emotions, and you just feel like you're just hitting the ground like a ton of bricks. But you can transmute this, and this is an opportunity at the end of the day. It's an opportunity to heal and transform into another more authentic version of yourself, where these layers of conditioning are released and you're seeing things, viewing things, perceiving things totally differently, and you get to let go of some of this anxiety and this limiting thought patterns that even sometimes keep you up at night. So again, I feel like Pisces season is really going to mirror back to you anything that you've been leaving in your shadow sides or your shadow realms and not acknowledging. It's not to say that you've been doing that intentionally and trying to ignore this stuff. You could just be unaware of it, and this is where it's all going to come like head to head for you to deal with face on, in order to move forward on a higher path in your love and relationships. So Pisces season is also the last zodiac of the so the zodiac calendar starts at Aries. So the first day of Aries season is like the astrological new year. So that would mean that Pisces, the last day of Pisces, is the last day of the astrological year. So it's very much a time where you do get to close out certain cycles. And if you think about, you know, the end of the calendar, it's like the end of things, and, you know, moving into a brand new, like a big fresh start. So it's like Pisces season is going to help you clear out that residual energy that might be holding you back or limiting you anyway, to start the zodiac calendar year completely fresh on a higher frequency, where you've like shifted paradigms, and it's like you're just on a new timeline almost. I feel like it almost feels like you're taking a step back, but then it just propels you forward if you deal with it properly and you heal these issues. All right, so that's what I'm seeing for love and relationships. I will move on to the end of the reading now. So we're going to get you 4 affirmations to kind of tell us basically what affirmations are going to be best for you to use throughout Pisces season, but it's also going to help us figure out what am I trying to say? Like by figuring out which affirmations you need, it can kind of figure out where you're lacking or where you're struggling. I'm just going to have one more sip of water. Sorry about me. What are Group 3's Pisces season affirmations? So the first one out is, I am in harmony with nature. And on the back it says, I am in harmony with all of life. The sun, the moon, the winds, the rain, the earth. That's making me feel like it's linking to what I just said at the end about how Pisces is like the end of the zodiac calendar year. It's closing out cycles. And this is almost telling you that even though you're going to be facing some stuff in Pisces season, this is because you're in harmony with life. You're in harmony with the seasons. And because Pisces season is about closing out cycles, you're going to close out some cycles. And it's because you're in harmony with life. So, you know, even life has the sun, the moon, and it's got winds and rain. It's not always peachy, you know, like the earth goes through cycles, and so do we. And you're very in tune with the earth, and that's why you're going through your cycles. It could also be a time to start working with like the moon cycles, or working with the elements in some way that resonates with you. I'm on an ever-changing journey. So yeah, you are definitely going through a lot of changes at the moment. It seems like you're really aligning with your life purpose and aligning with a path that brings a lot of meaning to you. My life is never stuck or static or stale, for each moment is new and fresh. Every ending is a new point of beginning. So I do get that vibe that you are planning to, or you are leaving something behind to follow a more meaningful path in terms of like your career, study, finances, areas of life. So I do feel like this could be something to help you through the changes and help you sort of take these new opportunities. But it can also refer to this love and relationships, because you may feel, like I said, like you're going backwards, or you may feel like you're not making progress. This is letting you know that this is just, again, it's just a cycle, and you know, it will come back up. For every low point, we come back up to a high point. So excuse me. Group 3 Pisces season affirmations. Oh. My love is limitless. The more love I allow to flow out from me, the more there is within me and the more I receive. So this is letting you know that, again, it's kind of linking me back to this card over here, and letting you know that the more authentic you are and the more sort of aligned with this energy that you are, the more that you're going to really make things happen. So for this section here, I feel like that's letting you know that sort of the key to making this happen is just being your true self, using your authenticity to your advantage, because you are very unique and you have something very unique to offer the group of people that you're going to be essentially joining forces with. And the more authentic you are, and the more that you just let that love of self flow out of you, the more that you're going to create miracles in Pisces season. I think this is also telling you not to forget that even when you are feeling low or you're struggling, you know, the love within you is an endless supply. And the more you attune to it and the more you let it flow out of you, the more that you'll feel it within you and the more that you'll get from other people. So don't feel like you need to completely withdraw and do everything alone. Although the healing thing might be an inner thing, you can still connect with others, you can still talk to others, and you can still tell other people how you're feeling with love and with kindness. On the bottom of the deck, whoa, we just spoke about miracles. I am a magnet for miracles. When I change my consciousness and forgive those I need to forgive, healing miracles occur. Wow, what a good bottom energy to finish off with. Yeah, you're definitely purging some things from your consciousness, and you're going to shift paradigms, because you are definitely like peeling back a layer of conditioning, and your whole consciousness is like upgrading or expanding. So there's definitely someone or something that you need to forgive in your past that's going to be really demanding your attention through Pisces season. And forgiveness is not something that you do for anybody but yourself. You don't even need to go and tell the person you forgive them. You forgive so that you can move on. You forgive because you decide that this is no longer going to affect me, and I'm going to now let it go. It doesn't mean that what happened was okay. It just means that you're not going to let it bother you anymore. So you forgive yourself for letting it bother you until now. You forgive the person, understanding that this was a part of your path. There was a bigger picture to it. Doesn't mean that you have to respect them or what they did, but forgiving means that they no longer get to occupy a part of your energy any longer. So big levels of forgiveness that are going to really help your consciousness shift and expand. And the final thing we're going to do, group 3, is give you a spirit animal. So this is the intention behind the animal is to give you a piece of advice that you can just come back to throughout Pisces season. It just helps you kind of either brings you back to this reading, or it just kind of brings you back to the present and just reminds you of this one simple piece of advice that should be able to help you in the moment. So if you're overwhelmed or something throughout the month, you might just think of this animal, or if the universe might sense that you need to think about this reading or think about this message, and it will show you this animal. And it's just to kind of remind you of the messages that you've received, or just to bring you back to the present moment. What's group 3's spirit animal for Pisces season? There's 2 there. Okay. The otter, initiations. Be open through this transitional time. Amazing. Yeah, you are going through a huge transitional period. You are essentially going through an initiation where you're just going through this major expansion and walking a more aligned or more divine path. And the kangaroo, courage. You're being tested. Have faith and stand in your truth. So this is essentially going to feel like you're being tested. So if we talk about this section, you are being tested to stand up and follow your true path, stand in your truth, have faith in your dreams, and do what really makes you happy. And then over here, you're kind of being tested in your faith, being tested to stand in your truth and remember like your intuition and remember your inner knowing while your emotions are being overwhelmed. This is all just a bit of a testing period, but you will come out the other side a more evolved and a more conscious being. So there's no need to fear, just keep moving. You're going to be literally moving in leaps and bounds. I'm thinking about the kangaroo going in leaps and bounds. So by the end of Pisces season, I feel like you're going to have come a very, very long way, group 3. That's what I'm seeing for your Pisces season though. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If it's resonated for you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for future uploads. I currently have a competition running on my Instagram page. Not sure if I've spoken about this for these groups or for this reading, but if you're interested in a free group reading for you and up to 4 friends, go check it out. Otherwise, if you're interested in a private reading with me, all of the info is over on Instagram. But yes, this is where I'll leave you. So I hope I see you again soon, group 3. But until then, take care, stay safe. Bye.